Hello everyone, I'm here with Sabrina Rosa and Stephanie Blanco, one of the 2 tickets for SG presidential candidacy. How are you 2 today?
Great, thank you so much for having us today. We're so excited.
Yeah, we're really excited and a little nervous, but overall just excited.
Excellent. So tell me more about why you 2 are running. What prompted this? Was this something that you had always wanted to do, or is this something that came up pretty recently?
So it's really funny because Stephanie and I talked about it. I was like, I never thought that this would be what I wanted to do. And Stephanie's in charge of the mentorship program for student government right now. And we were looking through an old transition binder and we found my UCF roadmap. And I wrote down for future dream job, it was chief of staff / VP, and in parentheses, a girl can dream. And all the notes that I wrote were exactly what we're running on now, which is servant leadership, passion, and doing everything that we can for all students. And kind of finding that paper a few weeks ago just really tied everything back together to make this like worthwhile.
So very rarely do we see all-female tickets for student government presidency, and if you 2 win, you'd be the first all-Latina ticket to represent the university. How does that make you feel, and does it bring on an extra amount of pride?
Definitely, I definitely think it does bring out an extra amount of pride just because everything that we're doing right now, we do it all because we want to give it back to the community that we were raised on. So I know for me, and I'm sure I can speak for Sabrina, we've grown up with a Latino background, and I know sometimes it's hard to kind of overcome hardships and obstacles and things like that. And I know our parents have done such a great job in kind of giving us everything that we could in order to strive in our future. So we just really want to give back and show our pride.
So I'm sure you have a lengthy list of platform points, but what are 1 or 2 platform points that make your ticket unique?
It's so hard to narrow down a favorite platform point because you put so much heart and soul into all of them. For me personally, one of them is Nightlife, which is our hopefully to be a bus system or transportation system that will take you from main campus to the nightlife around UCF. And really our main purpose for that is safety. It is unacceptable how many students are getting hurt or passing away a year, and we don't want students walking, we don't want students uncomfortable in Ubers or Lyfts, and we love our Lyft program, and we just want to really focus on safety within student government, and we are here to serve students in the best way.
Yeah, definitely. And I know one of our passions too is hunger and homelessness, and as students we don't think that there are students that can be homeless and hungry, and it's crazy that we found out the statistics, and we definitely want to help in that region.
So what previous roles have you held in student government or outside of student government, just serving UCF as a community in a whole?
So I served last year as the past president of Allfemale Phi, my sorority. I'm also currently serving as the deputy chief of staff in student government, and last year I was a coordinator under the director of innovation. And before then we met in the leadership council, like I said. So it's amazing, at least from my perspective, that I've been able to see from all different angles of student government that I've seen from the inside, I've seen as an unpaid coordinator, and I've also seen it from a mentorship perspective where everything is just bright and golden, which is exactly how student government still looks to me today.
Yeah, and definitely for me, I didn't know this is one of my passions, but I've done it so much. I've done mentorship for around 2 years now as a peer mentor for the Access program, and now I'm the mentorship coordinator for the SGLC program that we have. And definitely mentorship is kind of one of my passions just because I've had mentors throughout my life that has kind of, they've been a certain model for me, and I just want to, again, give back and kind of be that model for everyone else.
So with the current climate of the Board of Trustees, if you 2 were elected president, how would you respond to that role with our current climate of the Board of Trustees?
So something that I've really admired from the past few presidents is my only duty on the Board of Trustees is to be the voice for students. And I have this metaphor that I've been using a little bit of putting on my metaphorical boxing gloves and fighting for students till the end, and that is my #1 priority. I'm going to go in there and do everything that I can in my power to protect the students because I would potentially be the only student voice in that room, and that's what matters.
Yeah. And I know Sabrina is, as president, she would sit on the Board of Trustees, so within my role, I definitely would want to help her in that role and sitting in Board of Trustees and, again, just being the voice for the students.
With the current UCF presidential search in its early stages, the chances of having a new president in your term as president and vice president would be pretty likely. So how would you react to a new president coming in, and how would that relationship between the students and the president take place with you two as the head of the student body?
A few things to cover that. First of all, I have to commend the university because they're really looking for student impact. So I encourage any student who gets a survey to please answer that because they're really looking for student involvement in selecting the next president. I think something that Stephanie and I admire that the past administrations have done as well is building strong relationships with areas on campus, whether it be athletics, Milliken Hall, all these different agencies and departments. It's so crucial that we form a strong relationship, and we are hoping that we get the best president who's here for the students and that they have the students' mind first and they're willing to jump in the pond with us and do all of our fun traditions and really be there for students. And that's the first thing we want to do, is really continue the strong bridge between Milliken Hall and the student union.
So we've had very many tickets in the past, all very unique, but what makes Sabrina and Stephanie the most unique ticket out there, and what makes you two different from Zach and Christina?
So I think the way I always like to see it is what makes us unique is our slogan and our logo. And the reason is that students may see the stars and the lightning bolts and they see charging towards tomorrow, but our meaning behind that is what really drives us and makes us different. So I don't know if any of you have heard of Marie Kondo, but she always has this saying of sparking joy, and it helps you organize your life and serve others to the best of your ability. So you may see lightning bolts because it's charging towards tomorrow, but really it's our message of sparking joy in every student's life in the best way possible. And charging towards tomorrow, tomorrow doesn't mean tomorrow. It means the future forever of UCF. And charging has an ing on purpose because it's not just me and Stephanie moving towards tomorrow, it's us collectively as a university. And I think that mentality is what differentiates us because it's our full passion and our whole mantra behind our campaign.
Yeah. And I think also as a two female Latina ticket, we do really want to emphasize our passion and our selfless nature to just care for the students, just to be there for them no matter what.
And in just one sentence, why should students vote for you?
I think you should vote for us because we have the most heart and the most passion, and our selfless service is what really drives us, and we can guarantee you that our whole heart is going to be in the game 100% of the time.